2 days after a shower, I can't do anything with it. So, how's everybody doing? Welcome to. Now, apparently, I have been pronouncing these puka, but apparently it's paka or puka. Okay? But I just like saying puka. But it's paka or puka. Today's tea is lemon ginger and manuka honey. Now the manuka honey is a flavor. I got all excited thinking they'd put a couple of beads of manuka honey in there, but it's not. So lemon ginger and manuka honey, and I have it steeping so that so that it'll be at maximum flavor. Now let me just turn this off. Good morning, 1927 SU. Should there be a V on the end of that? Let me move over so you can see the Christmas tree. So, today is December 3rd, 2021. And what exciting things are going to happen with my friends today? Karen Parson, oh yeah, Edie Murray, Chaos, Jean, Ann Lewis. The hell is sticky? Oh, I bet you it's me. I probably got honey on me. So, and look at you got to see the color of this tea. Look at that. Look at the color. Real beautiful yellow, like, the whole lemon ginger experience. Sorry about me getting all crooked here. I should know never to move my phone. I should never ever move my phone once I got it set up. Let me just elevate you guys just a little bit. Oh, this isn't going to work, is it? Next time I just won't move my phone. I just won't move my phone next time, okay? Sorry, guys. Come on. Oh, I'm crooked. Let's do this. That's good. That's good. That's good. Hey, Steven, Debbie Caputo, Mary Cook. How's everybody doing? So, today is Friday. So for patrons, you'll be with us at Freaky Friday, 9:30 tonight. Because Briar works until 9. Good news is, because Christmas falls on the weekend this year, he's working all day Christmas Eve, which is my favorite day, but until 9. However, he's only working from noon till 5 on Saturday or on Christmas Day and Boxing Day, which means we can get up, have our breakfast. Howie can take him to work, and I can stuff a turkey if I have one to stuff. So, hi, Kim. No, you're not. Oh, you're working. Okay, shh. Marnie, Haven Leanne, Simply Jessica, Nina, how are you? Ninjas, this is wonderful. Okay, let's take this. Let's take a sip of oops, I just ripped the thing off. This is lemon ginger manuka honey. Now, it's not real manuka honey. It's just flavor, but I put real honey in it. Oh, pow. Wow. That'll warm the cockles of your heart. And there's just a little bit of spice heat on your tongue. Hey, Rosie, Avonlea Ann. So, well, thank you. I kind of just watched a few videos and looked at a few pins, and I went, okay, I think I know how to do this. And I just went ahead and I've never done it before. Oh, you're sewing Christmas quilts. I wish I had the time and energy, but you know what? Next year, Howie and Briar are getting new quilts for Christmas. They just don't know it. Well, Howie will probably know it, but... All right, 1927, take care. Aces, Helen Burke. Oh, wow. You know what? I have to put this in a bigger cup. It's really powerful. Excuse me, I'll be right back. Oh, ow. My right lung pain is back. Had to double the size of the cup. That flavor was just way too intense for me. There we go. That's better. Okay. Now, so Boxing Day and Christmas Day, Briar will be are only working half days. Hey, Helga, Joe Mama, Rosie Slade, Lori M. So, last night, I said to Howie he could buy his lunch today, shawarma for lunch. I try and treat him for shawarma at lunch or supper twice a month if I can. Hey, Sherry Leach. Did some Christmas shopping yesterday. Well, I'm going to put the tree up downstairs today. I'm just putting it up, though, if I can. What the heck? Oh, there's honey right there. Okay, it must have come off the bottom of my cup. Hang on. So I'm gonna get it out and put it up and get the lights on it today, or no, well, tonight while we do our Freaky Friday. So, oh, what is Boxing Day? Okay, Boxing Day goes back to British history, where the servants, okay, would be so busy doing like Christmas celebrations for the big house, okay, that on Boxing Day is when they would get their gifts and they would have their Christmas. They would get their gifts from the big house, you know, and that. I always thought it was boxing up presents after you've opened them all, like cleaning up, but apparently it's a British history thing. I got tickies. I hate tickies. Not ticks, stickies. Going to pick up our new glasses today and maybe a bit of shopping for my granddaughter. Oh, right. Briar never watches these, so I can tell you guys. I put my order in whenever I have money come in. Some money come in. If I check my larder, I check my fridge. So yesterday we needed milk. And I wasn't getting Howie to go into a store, okay? So I bought, I ordered milk. I ordered cheese. The hell else did I order? Stuff from Walmart. But then I saw Briar mentioned a Keurig. Oh, I'm going to get me one of these Keurigs. And I said, well, why don't you let me get, why don't you get one of them small knockoff ones? And he goes, no, it's got to be a Keurig, right? Well, didn't Walmart have small Keurigs in red, baby blue, and black for $59? And see, I mailed out Arthur and Mel's presents, and I mailed them out a $50 gift card, Visa card. But I had to spend 20 some dollars mailing that stuff out. So it kind of gets balanced. But anyway, I saw Briar didn't want pajama bottoms. He just, I got him socks and underwear and some stuff from Old Spice. So I ordered this stuff at Walmart, and I said to Howie, make the pickup when you get back on your way home, please. And he said, okay. And I said, don't get excited when you see the little red Keurig. It's not for you, it's for Briar. And I got him a box of hot chocolates for the Keurig and a box of salted caramel coffee for that. You bought your daughter a SodaStream. Oh, awesome. Boxing Day is the day after Christmas. Yeah. Well, see, for Briar, it doesn't make sense to make a pot of coffee. When he wants coffee, he wants a coffee. Hey, Sue Walters, Autumn Leaf. So, Briar's Christmas shopping is completely done. I got him a little Keurig, and I mean a little one, a $59 one with some coffee and some hot chocolate to go with it. Socks, underwear, Old Spice. Done. Done. Yeah, I know. Some people, I used to be like that. Like when back in the days when I drank coffee, was before I got pregnant with Briar. Because drinking coffee when I got pregnant with Briar, God, this is really lovely. Mm. And oh, I didn't read the ingredients, but there's turmeric powder in most of these. And turmeric's really good for you. And I'm wondering if that's why I've had so much energy after my tea breaks. Empty filter thing that you can fill with your own stuff. You know what? I've tried those and they don't on Howie's Keurig that I got him for Christmas one year, they don't work. But I think I may be able to, I don't know. I'm still holding out the hope that my income is going to get sorted out. I've been waiting. Maybe it's a fool's errand that I have been, hoping against hope that my money's going to be sorted out. But wouldn't it be the nicest Christmas present of all if it did? So, what's a reborn? I want to find a nice baby doll after all of them that are hard or plastic, ones that look scary with big heads and eyeballs. Well, who do you want it for, Joe? Because if you want it for you, get a reborn doll. Yes, I agree. I thought about that actually. I thought about getting a reborn doll and making it a grandchild. Like seriously. I had a Keurig. We had them at work. I hated it, always getting clogged or not working, and the waste of all the individual cups made me go back to Mr. Coffee. Well, the thing is if you have a garden, it's fussy, I know. Okay? But celery loves coffee grounds. So all I've been doing is I'm starting to save because Howie doesn't do the Keurigs at home, but he does now. Like he only usually does them on the weekend, but he does them in the morning now because we can't afford for him to buy, spend $5 in coffee every day, right? Hey, Steven! Oh, for your 3-year-old granddaughter. Oh, that's a very, very expensive gift. Why don't you make her a rag doll, Joe? So I got into them because my 4-year-old loved babies. Bev, I did that after I bought several reborn. I got 3 granddaughters. Now I make them. Wow. My empty filter to fill with my own coffee never worked either. Yeah. But they have these little ones now that are just the top and the mesh little bag. And all you have to do is empty out your old one, the last one you used, take the coffee out of it, line the bottom hole up, and then put the top one in. And you don't have to press it all the way down. You just put it in, and poof, it does its thing. Oh, you just got a cup. Had a challenged lady living in my building who had baby dolls and believed they were children and carried them everywhere. Hey, Lisa. Good morning, Jennifer. Well, let me tell you a really sad story. Do you want to hear a really sad story? Back in when Arthur was a toddler, like a year old, okay? Hey, Stay Gold Pony, how are you? Either the chat and say hello. I'm sorry I haven't been here in a long time. I've been dealing with losing my daughter. Oh, baby, I am so sorry. I am so, so sorry. Like, did she pass or did she leave? Because we got to be a little more specific. But I'm really so sorry. When you say losing your daughter, I feel that she's passed. I'm so sorry for your loss, darling. Sherry, in our local nursing home, the older folks are given baby dolls and it helps. Well, true. It does, especially with people with Alzheimer's and stuff. It gives them somebody to treat how they want to be treated. They just want to be, they want love. They want to give their love to something, right? Um, when I worked, when Arthur was a little guy, like, hey, Mama Cat, um, can we ask how? I know it's painful, so feel free, but be careful. Don't type too much at any one time or they might push you. Everything I've ever tried in a Keurig has been weak tastings. I just can't see the point of having it over a regular coffee pot. Well, it's when we're in the coach and Howie's racing, a quick coffee's a quick coffee. And Howie just leaves it in and runs it again. Just leaves it in and runs it, opens it, and then closes it again and reruns it and runs water through it again. So he'll do 4 ounces and then he'll do 4 ounces. Or he'll do 8 ounces and 8 ounces because he likes big cups of coffee. In August? Oh, baby, that's right. What happened? Is it okay to ask? And if you don't want to say, then don't say. It's all right. We will lift you up in prayer. We will. We lift us all up in prayer. Thank God you're here. Right? So anyway, I worked in Zellers, which is, well, kind of like Walmart, but it's a department store. They had a restaurant in it, and as soon as Walmart came to Canada, Zellers fought hard, but couldn't keep up the fight, and they were bought. They were bought by, I don't know, Target or something, and then that was a natural disaster in this country. Yeah, run it twice. Well, when we lived in Sunshine Homes, okay, let's start before Howie. I used to work at a place called Zellers. And there was a lady who would come in and buy diapers. And she was obviously not of this world in her mind, okay? But she pushed a carriage around with a doll in it. And she put real diapers on that doll. And she loved that doll. It was her baby. And because I had sold her diapers more than once. We still don't know exactly the cause. She was found deceased in the bathtub. I know she had Crohn's disease, but autopsy didn't show anything. Was she vaccinated? Stay gold. Was she vaccinated recently? I'm not a doctor. I don't know anything. Anything I say is medical misinformation, so don't listen to me. Anyway, after she left, I said to someone, isn't that the lady that pushes a doll around? I said, she buys her real diapers because those were expensive. I was a young mother. And they said, yeah, but she treats that doll like some people, like everybody should treat their babies. And I said, why? And she said she was normal before. And there was a house fire. There was a fire and she lost her baby in the fire. And she's never been right in the head since. So wow. Wow. That's a puzzle, eh? Rides her bike everywhere with her baby. Sorry, guys, I'm fighting with my medicine here. I've made a lot for mental challenge people who cannot have kids, but also for therapist people who lost a child. Yeah. There's this one lady on TikTok. Her mother-in-law has dementia and Alzheimer's, and she just talks constantly, and you never really understand what she's saying. But this woman will live TikTok, and her mother-in-law will talk away, and someone will send her a doll, and she'll, oh my goodness, and she'll give it loves, and she's really just an amazing, but sometimes she can get really angry and aggressive too, right? No knowledge yet, except that she lost a lot of weight. Oh, I hope she wasn't. Hey, Della. Yes, please keep us posted, and I hope you have some answers soon. She wasn't like an addict or anything. Yeah. Well, answers don't always bring peace, but they at least bring closure, right? Speaking of coffee, when before I met Howie, I used to work at Zellers, and I stopped working at Zellers because it was too traumatic for Arthur for me to leave him every day. So I took in children for babysitting, which was really good. It wasn't as good a pay, but A, I got to stay home. B, Arthur had playmates. They're looking for environmental. Oh, honey, please keep us posted. So I used to drink coffee because when I got pregnant with Arthur back in 1987, I craved coffee. It was nuts. I mean, I craved a lot of things, but I had to have coffee every day. And that went on until I got pregnant with Briar 5 years later. And then I couldn't drink coffee. Weirdest set of circumstances. However, if my friend Glenna was here, she'd tell you we lived in row housing in townhouses, in subsidized housing. And my house was coffee central, because I had the most kids, right? So I had a neighbor next door who had two little kids. And I had Glenna, who I ended up babysitting for when she got a job, and her other son was in school. And Debbie would come over with her two kids. Their one kid, her older one, wasn't in school. And I must have went through 6 pots of coffee a day, and I was on social assistance, right? But when Howie moved in, right? Because I mean, the girls would, once the kids were off to school, and I'm babysitting, the girls would come over. They knew not to sit in my end of the couch, but they would come over, and we'd all sit down and have coffee and smoke. And yeah, we were really bad parents. And the kids would go outside. The patio door was right there. They'd go outside and play, and we'd talk, and the kids would come in, and I'd give them lunch and then set them down to watch a movie or whatever. But not a lot of times my house had women and children in it all day long. But when Howie came along, he said, that's fine. He said, just, make sure everybody's out of the house before I get home from work, because it was chaos. So it was really busy, but it was a good chaos. We had our own little kind of community. So the kids would come, Howie would go to work, the kids would come, I'd give them breakfast. And then, the girls would come around lunchtime. The kids would all have lunch, and the girls and I would sit and visit. And then, after the kids were lunch, we'd all visit. The kids would go outside, and whether it's rain, well, not rain, but snow or shine, the kids went outside, and the moms watched while I went and did dishes and ran the vacuum around while the kids were out of the house. I mean, it all worked. They think it was the Crohn's disease. She was having issues keeping down food. Well, that's why she's lost a lot of weight. Hey, Leanne, how are you, darling? Well, I mean, it kind of does sound like military housing. It was like that. They called them blocks. They called them blocks. I think there were blocks of ten houses all kind of glued together. Little boxes on the hillside, little boxes made of ticky tacky. You know the drill. So today, I kind of miss that community thing because we all lived in the same set of housing unit, right? And I had a little Amanda and little Howard, and really upset her mother when Amanda went to. I went to give her to her back to her mom one day, when she came to pick them up, and little Amanda didn't want to go to her mom. She called me mom, and that was really hard on her mom. And I said, "Look, it's just because I'm the one that's here all day, and Arthur calls me mom. That's all she knows of as my name, kind of thing, you know." Oh, well, then she hasn't passed. She may have passed away, but she's not far from you right now, honey. She's really not far from you. Um, she's she's content. She's fine with whatever's going on. She is fine. She's not even worried about you. She's watching you, going, "It's okay. You'll figure it out." I Everything she's done is her contracts have been fulfilled. I have a couple of nieces called Amanda. Um, I have there's Mikey, my nephew Mikey on my side, and his wife Amanda, and then there's Mikey on Howie's side and his future wife Amanda, and then there's my niece Amanda. We call it Amanda. Uh Good. I'm glad, sweetheart. I'm really glad. I'm glad you got some closure. But remember, now people seem to think that I'm kidding when I say this, and they don't. They think they know their own minds. Now listen to me very, very carefully. If you have lost somebody in the last year, anytime you lose somebody, especially somebody that's close to you, like a parent or a spouse or a child or a sibling, okay, don't make any life-changing decisions within that first year after your person passes. Why? Because there's a reason they told people to go into mourning. Going into more deep mourning for the first year meant that you never went out in public, you dressed all in black, and that was all conventional stuff. But the whole point of deep mourning was that everybody else looked after life for you while you dealt. And you went through the 7 degrees of separation from your person, and you dealt, and you came to a place of acceptance and peace. And that's a long friggin' time. But people are nuts in their first year. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, honey. But people are nuts. I lost my dad. 6 months later, well, no, 8 months later, I ran away to Quebec. Left my husband. Everything. Left. Gone. Boom. Why? Because I didn't think my husband loved me anymore. I had just lost my father. Okay? The man who raised me. There are, I see people who lose their spouse, get into relationships within months of losing their spouse. And it's a great place. It's a great time to be taken advantage of. And B, you're a candle in the wind, right? When I lost my husband of 27 years, you helped me so much and you didn't know it. Yes, my husband is watching over me. He died of cancer. Bev, you're a beautiful lady. Well, thank you, Della. My friend saw her, meaning in the spiritual realm, and Amanda sent her a message. She is okay. And yes, I've been staying out of public, staying home, and haven't been on social media or YouTube. Yes. So, because I mean, there's people out there right now that I could say something, right? Like we had a friend who the lady who introduced Howie and I over 30 years ago. And they finally moved back to Ontario or Quebec or whatever. And she found me on Facebook. And we reconnected. And then we were making plans to visit. And then her husband had another stroke and he died before we ever got to see him again. But she was engaged and handing out invitations to be married in 6 months with a total stranger. And it's like, you really, really don't want to get into any new relationships the first year after losing a loved one, even if they're not, you know what I mean? We are in Virginia, have been stationed at the Pentagon. Don't mean to insult anyone from this area, but it is not a place we want to stay any longer. Well, I don't think Audrey was talking about the housing. I think she was talking more about the community. Because when you're all stuck somewhere because of, say, military finances, quarantine, who knows, right? You end up, we are social animals. We all end up kind of coming together. After, once we're in a strange place, the first thing you do is seek out like-minded people so that you don't feel so alone, right? I miss the community spirit overseas. Well, let's try and have it here. My father got remarried after 6 months after my mother passed. Okay. You know why I just didn't speak there, Stephen. We've talked about that. Pentagon is DC traffic. There is horrible. I tend to stay away. All right, now listen. Today's agenda for me is I finally got the ornaments done. I have got to finish Mikey and Amanda's quilt. I have a row and a half left of the binding to do. Then it has to be washed, dried, inspected for loose seams, repaired if necessary, and then mailed out. So I'm going to get off here and do that. This is the first place I've been to talk within your community and company, Bev. I know mostly everyone here is good people. Good, honey. You can email me, anytime, connectedheartsfamily@gmail.com. And I may not respond a lot, but I will respond, okay? Today's agenda is to bake bread. We can't figure out why my lights over my island aren't working and how he's going to have to bring up my studio lights from down the basement, which is a real pain in the ass because I need those for my green screen and I need my lights over my island. I'm getting tired of half measures. They avail me nothing, right? Yeah, don't rush on my account, but if you just need to pour some shit out, Pony, I'm here. You just pour it out. It goes no further than me. Okay? All right, Stephen. Mwah. All right. Now listen. It's been over 30 minutes, and I'm trying to keep these between 20 and 30 minutes because I'm doing this every day, and it's a data thing. Oh, well, there you go. Turned it into flatbreads. All right. And just so you know, Stay Gold, we're here every morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, up to and including Christmas Eve. And we are showcasing the Puka teas. I like Puka, but it's Puka or Puka teas. And today's was lemon ginger, and manuka honey. For all those who care to, let's close with a little prayer. Okay? Nothing huge. I don't, I'm doing this every day now, so I don't want to deplete my energy, so to speak. So, no, it's not. It's in the switches. He has to change the switches. They're really old. So he's going to do that this weekend and work on firewood this weekend. So, okay, for all those who care to. Might have been too cold. Your yeast might have been dead. Keep your yeast in the refrigerator. I buy it by the 1 pound package. And then I fill a canning jar. And then if there's any left in the package, I roll it up and I put elastic around it, throw it in the freezer. And I keep my jar of yeast in the fridge. It is a living thing. And if you use too hot of water, like I remember telling my sister-in-law when they first got their bread maker, she would put the yeast and everything in, and she'd put in a cup of boiling water and a cup of cold water. But she would put the boiling water in instead of mixing the cold and the hot. And the problem was that boiling water would kill the yeast. It's a living thing. It's a living thing. All right. Okay, everybody, let's take a deep breath. Let's drop the walls of religion that keep us apart and join hands and hearts in faith. And let's have a chat with the Almighty. Hey, God, Spirit, Source of all, Creator, Almighty. How's it going, God? Thanks for bringing us together today. God, please look after Pony. Okay? Pony's just coming out of her shell a little bit, and we want to protect her from anything that may trigger her. This is her morning time, and we just want to be there for her. So God, let us be there for Pony. There are friends of ours here who are suffering with illness or fighting illness on the behalf of a loved one. People are alone, they're anxious, they're afraid, they're worried about money, they're worried about the holidays, they're missing their families. God, we just lift each other up to you, God. Fill us full of your light and your love so that we can shine with it and carry it with us like a torch of your love, shining light wherever it needs to go as we walk forward. Thank you for that, God. Thank you for bringing us together. Thank you for making a community and a family where there wasn't one before. Amen. And I'm going to hear it from Malka because I forgot to share it with her. This is the Mrs. Wolfie from Life with the Wolfies saying, patrons, I'll see you tonight on Freaky Friday. And everybody on Life with the Wolfies and our Half Acre Homestead, don't forget, Sunday, we're decorating the studio family Christmas tree. Mwah! Take care. God bless.